Hi everybody, I'm Dr. Chris Stankovich with this week's Video Chalk Talk, and today's topic is talking to the coach. You know, for a lot of families, you're at about the halfway point through summer, and for some families out there, it's become a tough, stressful summer because maybe your son or daughter isn't playing as much or isn't starting, or maybe you feel that he or she is not getting a fair shake. And so I want to give you a few thoughts if you are thinking about approaching the coach regarding playing time or some other concern as it relates to your son or daughter's athletic experience. You know, first of all, think about the type of sport that your child plays. Most of the sports going on this summer, when we talk about baseball and soccer and softball and so on, are sports that rely on a lot of subjective evaluations, and that's very different than other sports like, for example, people who race on a track team or two wrestlers where you can have two kids compete and clearly you have a winner. But other sports, including football, basketball, some of the other sports coming up later in the year, really rely heavily on opinions and evaluations that are subjective. And so there's going to be mistakes, there's going to be oversights. We're all human, so keep that in mind. But it is important that you think about, when you do speak to the coach, about not going into this meeting thinking or assuming that it's all politics at play. You know, for the most part, I think the majority of coaches, even at the youth and school level, really do try to play to win, and so it's not in their best interest to stick it to your kid just to prove a point. Now, don't get me wrong, there are certainly examples where that occurs, but generally speaking, most coaches are pretty fair, pretty good, and do the best job that they can in subjectively evaluating talent. Of course, that might not always be the way you see it, but I just want you to go into it with an open mind. And when you do speak to the coach, you know, get into a good, healthy dialogue. Try to find out what you can do to help your child earn more playing time, but steer away from pointing the finger at others or criticizing other kids on the team. Just keep it on the up and up. Maybe take some notes. Take that information, go back, work with your child, and then see how that plays out through the rest of the sports season. And also be sure to thank the coach for his or her time, because it's not always the easiest conversation a coach has talking to a parent who's upset. So hopefully a few of these thoughts will help you this summer. We still have quite a ways to go for most kids playing, and hopefully you'll end up on a good, positive note.